Stimulus package.
That's from fucking the Epic Rap Battles of History. Just play that. That's what.
Oh, this has. Ah.
Stimulus back.
That's fat mute. Hit a fireball.
I'll be right back.
Oh, so I figured out how the bot did the average sound effects bot determines which sound profile to use.
Oh.
So, basically, there's a priority list. So if two people have the same weapon,
I will be right back, for fuck's sake.
And it wants to play different sounds, whoever's name comes alphabetically last. So if say Zach and I had this, we had different sounds for a weapon. Maybe we both had swords. Because Brock Holdra comes before Ambrose Jorgensen, because it's backwards. It will choose your sound.
Oh, okay.
And basically, it looks at everyone's sound profile and combines it all together.
Forgot that you did 10 damage to me.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And I'm just now seeing where you pinned Hugh's first intimidation check. It was nat 20.
Well, no, that was the first 20. So.
Oh, that's right.
No, I think and 1 was added to combat with initiative 1d20, 20 plus 0 equals 20. I think that was the first one.
No.
What was the first 20?
It was Michael getting a nat 20 on a intimidation check.
Which makes the second campaign I've been a part of that the first roll I ever did was a crit.
I thought the first things we were doing before the session was how to pronounce my name.
Yeah.
It's not saving my HP.
Got it right. It's pronounced as Drogaz.
Shut up. Doggos.
Drogas.
I think only Brian knew how to say it right. And you probably did, Michael. Oh, we're recording now.
Yeah, it happened for 3 minutes.
God, I hate children with cancer.
Man. Hi, YouTube.
Hi, vacuum cleaner.
Welcome back to Holdra Gaming. Why are you doing this, Ambrose?
Is that a crit? Was the crunching sound?
No, that's the...
That's the crit. And the other one's a crit fail, I guess.
Yeah, you get gibbed. Yeah, so I guess if Lucas had a profile, he would be the lowest. He would be highest priority. but since he isn't Michael, basically you have highest priority for sound profiles. So just be aware of that if you if you set up like a custom sound, it will overwrite everyone else's sound.
Oh, okay. So if I have a custom spell and give it a sound, then every spell will have that sound?
No. So if you wanted to set up I guess rolls. So like if you wanted 20 to be a specific sound, like if you rolled a 20, it would overwrite everyone else's sound.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't ever plan on doing that.
Okay. Where did they get that scream? It's so good.
I know. I'm not sure.
I think it's like a stock sound effect.
It sounds so raw. So, I can't even make it. It sounds like this.
Oh no.
That combined with the sound of like mashing flesh does not sound good.
Yeah, that's the SS-13 Gib sound.
Yeah.
Fatality.
If all things to make the crit fail sound, why would that be the one? Just Gib.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the reason why you can't do it is because it's not on your sheet, Matt.
Damn it. I'm never allowed to have fun.
You literally have an entire tab of additional attacks to add. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Michael.
You literally have 24 extra slots for attacks.
False lies.
How do you think I have one for every single arrow I fire?
Why do you have one for every arrow?
Cause you people keep on giving me different arrows. I have corkscrew arrows, flame enchanted arrows, normal arrows.
I really like those corkscrew arrows.
Get
They're
an arrow
really good.
that's actually
I'm
just
glad
Have I
you
even-
so much.
smaller
I
arrow.
think I only hit one. And then it was like 2 ones, so it wasn't even worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a feeling that these flame enchanted ones are gonna have the same fate. Which makes me doubt of taking the sharpshooter feat at level 4. Which I want to do either at level 4 or level 6. I'm not sure. For those that don't know, the sharpshooter feat says that whenever I make a ranged attack, I can choose to have -5 to hit. But if it hits, then it does 10 extra damage. So that's like really
That's pretty
good.
cool, yeah.
And plus, since I'm a samurai fighter, I have fighting spirit that lets me give myself advantage on an attack. So I just give myself advantage, declare the sharpshooter, and then I'll have a higher chance.
Yeah. By the way, when you're doing like an ability check, you can just go !C. You don't have to write out check. Same with attack. You can just type A.
Now that I think about it, since at level 1 I took the like fighting style for archery that gives me a +2, the +5 is completely mitigated because I have a +7 to hit with the ranged weapons. So minus the 5, I still have a +2 in it, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then give it advantage. So yeah, I think I'll do that level 6 probably. I'll take the tough feat level 4 and then take sharpshooter 6. And my constitution will just be dangling at a 19, just 1 away from cap.
I'm not sure why it's not updating my health from the sheet.
Should it?
I don't think it does that. It's all
does?
combat stuff.
A fucking I got a envelope from RIT, which is one of the schools I applied to, and it wasn't even an acceptance letter. It was just asking me to sign up for a scholarship. I feel so fucking lied to. Because I told all my schools I was in band because I know it looks better.
Mhm.
But apparently it looks so damn good that they need to remind me every day that there's a performing arts scholarship.
Well,
Like I played the clarinet for literally a year.
no, there was a performing arts scholarship.
They've told me every day. It
Well,
actually is a ton of money,
One
but
way for you to forget.
it's so much money. But like it's just like congratulations on applying is the first line. I was like, fuck you. You're not gonna even tell me if I'm in to see if it's worth me fucking putting it in? Like at least tell me I'm in first.
No, no,
I'm in.
commitment before you find out. Fuck you.
Why would I put in a scholarship before I find out? One sec.
You're banking on people being idiots.
That is really long. I'm gonna shorten that down.
What?
Two-handed
two-handed.
quarterstaff.
Yeah, I'm not really gonna use my trident up close that much, so I'm fine with. Better subtract that arrow.
One thing I will have to figure out is how to make the attack like subtract 5 to hit from it.
Yeah, we might have to.
I may just add a separate attack and just say
I think you can
sharpshooter
do
shot.
dash. Try doing dash B or dash D -5. It's either it might be dash B, and if it's not dash B, try dash D.
Okay, so I'm just gonna test it right now. Attack, longbow, and then dash B.
Yeah, -5.
So, is the elven bastard not joining us?
Oh fuck.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
That's good to know.
And if that hit with sharpshooter, that would have done 18 damage, so it's definitely worth it.
It's really good, yeah.
If you wanted to automatically calculate the damage, you can do dash D +10.
Ooh, okay.
So you can make it all one command.
So to fix my health, it's exclamation point G, right? Or is it I?
It's
That's
G if we're not in combat.
Okay, so
But I don't know if you can
HP.
edit it while not in combat.
Oh. Say that HP and 18.
I guess we could just say that Mo is stealing from Galera like he probably would.
Oh, come on.
no,
I mean-
he's right.
He's just looking around.
Just
Sure.
I'm
something to
I'm
steal.
just checking him now.
He's searching for clues, I believe is the excuse we used that one time.
That was the time you guys tried to steal a bunch of stuff.
Drogo
I did that,
and
yeah.
Humorous tried to steal. I did not.
And
I
he
was
has
outside.
since
I
left
did
that
not.
life behind him.
Oh,
That's just really
Lucas
gross.
is texting me.
Something, old habits die hard. Oh. The last thing I remember doing is proving that it does not have to be a conventional door for me to break it.
Ow.
That's a pretty good sound, actually.
It's stereo.
I may use that one, actually. If I can't add a custom one and it not screw something up. I don't know why does Eldritch Blast make the pinball sound.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's really dumb.
I mean, it's kind of fitting.
He's a pinball wizard.
He literally is.
Oh no, Brian Chainby is on.
Why is
What?
Ambrose's image
Character
now
sheet.
just not loading at all?
I tried to upload. I tried to upload Ambrose.
Amber's drip? No. I told you there will be no drip in my campaign. I'm not gonna be held responsible for drip. I can't be.
Too late.
Silly coalition, you can't have drip.
Oh no! It's a picture of an observer.
How do you start combat so I can fix my health?
What? Here, one sec.
No.
There you go.
thanks. Okay, now I can fix my health.
Who are we fighting?
I mean, there isn't a
no.
long rest in between last time and this time.
Who am
Huh.
I fighting?
There isn't like a long rest or anything. What happened to your health?
I accidentally did like update, and so now
Oh,
it's, yeah.
Who am I fighting?
No one.
Combat was initiated.
no
I'm
one.
fighting someone.
Nothing's being.
Am
Nothing's
I
happening.
fighting Brock? I think I'm fighting Brock.
You are the
Please don't
stereotype.
attack me.
You are a stereotype for a
Murder
For
Oh
a
yeah,
part
did I
two.
lose any health?
Huh?
I think I lost health since.
Did you? Why? What were you guys doing?
Oh yeah, maybe I
I'm
didn't.
done.
Combat. We were
It's-
looking.
it's
for
I
the
before that.
fucking Basement.
There we
Oh.
go.
No,
G
you didn't.
also works. Yeah, you can end combat now.
Yeah, this is part 7. Part 7.
Oh, part 7.
Welcome to the true man's world.
Actually, this is more like 6.5.
The gang goes to the basement.
They're waiting for you, coalition.
I'm ready to stab things.
So Kobe's under my desk right now.
Good for you. Let me just get everything I need real quick. Uh-oh. Sorry guys, just getting prepared, make sure I have everything I need. Get a manual.
Updating
Yeah.
doesn't change your health.
Yeah. Well, it does if it like puts you at like max health.
Okay. What else do I need? That. Ow! That's a
Oh,
crit
God,
fail.
Someone
My
fucking
picture is working.
That's good.
meatified.
Man's is meat.
I was doing like G die.
Oh.
Oh shit! I should finish this. Whatever, I'll do it later. I think I have everything. Here's hoping. Does anyone need to use the bathroom first?
No.
I need a potty break.
Do you actually need to use the bathroom?
No.
Okay. Then I think we're fine.
Computer screen and bitch slap.
Let's
him.
go.
I'm gonna end combat real quick. Okay. So, as of last time, I believe what had happened was you had was it Battlestar Drogos in the basement? Having just
I
found
made a new door.
you made a new door into what seems like a cave peeing downward, and you sent Jim Tim to go find the others, correct?
Sounds right.
Mo is off wandering the halls. Meanwhile, you have Hugh, who is with Galera, and is Brock with Brock and Ambrose are in the library.
Yes, we are.
Let's move to their encounter real quick, just to get that out of the way. So, you guys find the library quite quickly. It's right across the hall from Galera, as she'd pointed out. And so, entering this room, you have a vast circular room where the walls are made of bookcases, and there's a metal spiral staircase going around it with those sort of like movable ladders libraries have in order to reach other inaccessible books. It's this sort of like tower with a huge glass dome on top so it lets in natural light. And there's some tables in the middle and wooden chairs. And you guys were looking for something, I believe?
We were looking for a book about Darthag that wasn't transcribed by memory.
All right. How do you want to go about finding it?
I'll just start looking.
I'm gonna
What?
look for a ledger.
I'm just gonna walk to the nearest shelf and just start looking at the books.
That would be the wall to your left and right. So which one would you like? It's a big like circular room. The walls are bookcases. Is there any?
I'll go right.
Okay. And you want to make a perception check for me? Meanwhile, Ambrose, if you want to look for a ledger, looking around at first glance, it seems that there is no real ledger in the room. With your check, Zach, it seems to you that the section you're in is mainly non-fiction stuff about like animals and plants and things.
Maybe they have a like a children's like section, so I can like find like more like fairy tales that might have information about them.
Yeah. Do you want to go about trying to find that, or like a?
Yeah, sure.
Can you do an insight check for me? Like, see if you can like figure out where exactly that would be. Looking around, the books seem to like be pretty much not too dissimilar in the way they're all bound and colored. So it's quite hard. There's no real like way to make out a children's section necessarily. It's not like the it's not like the library you were in before, where there was like a obvious children's section.
Yeah. All right. I'll walk across and look at the bookshelves to the left.
Ambrose gonna walk out of the room and talk to Galera.
All right, Zach, you want to make a perception check for me first? So it seems that these books don't really relate either in any ways. You can't find any fairy tales upon looking.
All right.
I'm
just gonna give up and walk out with Ambrose.
So you guys walk across the hall. Not Mo. Sorry, Mo is in another place. Humorous and Galera are sitting at the table that they were sitting at before. Humorous, are you like making small talk? Are you just like polishing your weapons, or just sitting there?
I'd like to imagine that Hugh's on the other side with Galera, like consoling her, like hugging her and telling her that it's gonna be all right. We're gonna figure out what's going on, stuff like that.
So as Ambrose and Brock enter, Humorous has his hand on her shoulder, just sort of consoling her, as she's sort of explaining to you how her father never really liked her because she was a pureblood and not any sort of higher, like more prestigious snake person, much in the same way that he detested her mother for somewhat the same reasons. And though he was a somewhat cruel for that, he was not unkind in the way of his parentage, and she turned out pretty well, she thinks. And so Ambrose,
I think so too.
she thanks you for the talk, and she's glad that you all came back to help her. And so, as Ambrose and Brock enter, she looks at you and goes, "Oh, did you find what you were looking for?"
My Lady Galera, we are searching for a book of great intrigue. I was wondering if you might be able to help us.
Oh, yes, is that why you asked about the library across the way? What
Yes.
book would it be?
Perhaps any fictional or non-fictional books about Darthag?
Oh, why, yes, I can see why that would be important. It's a very popular fairy tale. I think, Well, you see, our library is organized in whatever way is desired by the ladies and men of the house. The entire room has been enchanted as to organize in accordance with those who have bounded with the room, so to speak. And I believe the last one to organize it would have been. Oh, let me think about it. Why, it might have been my father. And knowing him, he would have organized it. He was a very practical man, so your nonfiction would have been your first, and it would have been more fictitious the higher up you go. I would recommend looking somewhere close to the top. Though there's always the chance that he could have taken any books such as that to his study, knowing of his interest. Though it's up to you where you would like to look.
You know if your father was his beliefs on Darthag, his existence?
Well, I believe towards the end he knew of his existence. I think that's the reason he was killed, for talking with you all and attempting to offer you aid, much like I am doing now. I believe, though, I think he took the fairy tale itself with a grain of salt, but so it's probably still in the fiction section, I would assume. Though I don't know if he kept any sort of journal on findings or if he found anything else. All I know about is the fairy tale.
We could go check his room. He might have been doing some research.
Yes, you're welcome to anywhere in the house.
Brock, perhaps we should go to his study.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea.
Where
And
is his study located?
oh, yes, my. It would be at the end of this hallway. Go all the way down until you reach a corner. At which point, you'll meet a sort of fork, and it'll be the first room on your right before the fork.
I see. Thank you very much, milady. Ambrose
It
is
is
going
no
to
problem.
bow and back away.
You all honor.
Brock is gonna walk out the door and nod at her as he leaves.
You all honor Tusa's memory with courage and with dignity. Thank you. And so, leaving the room, looking down the hallway, it's not the longest hallway, but it's certainly not a short one. There's doors on the left and right, much like downstairs. It seems to be somewhat symmetric. And so, looking down, you notice the fork is quite obvious. And would you like to proceed to Tusa's room, or you going back to the library? What are you guys up to?
I say we should probably go to Tusa's room.
Yeah.
So, going down the hallway, everything is very similar. There's wall sconces with torches of light on both sides, and kind of evenly spaced as you go. The doors are somewhat similarly patterned. It seems like this place must have been very intimately known by everyone who lived here, because it's kind of hard for you to distinguish rooms. It's only by looking back that you notice how far you've traveled when you finally reach the fork in the road. And then the door on your right is much the same like the rest. Would you like to open it?
Let's enter.
So, entering his study, it's a very it's different from much of the rest of the house. It's not very over glamorous. There are tapestries on the walls with a window towards the back of the room. It's very boxy in shape. There is a desk to your immediate left, right by the door, with a chair, and there is some bookshelves in this sort of like on that same wall, with just some chairs and a table, as well as like some board games on the table. It seems like this place, his study, was probably. It looks very comfy, very used, but not. It's not like you wouldn't expect it from royalty. How humble it is.
Ambrose will go up to the closest bookshelf and.
You're gonna command him.
What? Oh no, sorry.
That's what I was laughing for. Like,
I
wait,
mean,
what?
I will.
Okay, so Brock, would you like to roll intimidation on Ambrose to get him?
No.
I'm sorry. I think our first slip up like that, isn't it?
I think
This-
so. Yeah.
This nobleman's taste is terrible. I mean, look at the wall sconces. They're not even made of real silver. And Ambrose is going to sit down in the desk chair and start
Okay.
rummaging through his desk.
And then what's Brock doing? I'm sorry.
He was just gonna go and look at the nearest like
Bookshelf.
yeah.
Or yeah. So Brock, you walk over, taking a left. The door to this room is all the way on the right side. Like the wall is pretty much hugging the hinges of the door.
Mhm.
And the wall that would be the wall the door is on. The desk is immediately to your left, and right after that are the bookshelves. There's two on that wall, and one that like is on the wall adjacent, sort of toning the corner in this little book nook. And so your nearest bookshelf is right next to the desk. Would you like to roll a perception check for me? Meanwhile, would Ambrose like to roll investigation for rummaging through the desk? There we go. There we go. So, looking at all the books, Brock, it seems to you that the same pattern he kept in the main library is kept here, where the closest bookshelf is all nonfiction. Specifically, there's a lot to do with plant life.
Can I look towards the like top of the bookshelf
Yeah, look-
in more like detail?
Sure. So looking at the top portion, the thing that first catches your eye is at the top of this bookcase, like the top shelf, is quite messy. It seems like it's the halfway point before the books are put away on the shelves, like on the other bookcases. And you find a book, you find a couple books. Particularly, there's some fictional storybooks that seem to be like general fantasy. There is, your standard adventures tales. One of the books is called "The Kobold That Was Covered in Slime Always," and the cover is a funny lizard man drenched in slime. And particularly, one book has no writing on it. It's this very small book, maybe the size of your hand exactly. It's this little like palm book. It has a bright purple cover.
I'll just pick that one up and just like flip to the first page and see what it is.
All right. So opening the book, it seems to be a handwritten journal. The first entry is what year does this take place in, Joe? What did we decide? I'm sorry.
1399,
1399. You think I would have written that down?
I think.
So the first entry is dated in around 1040 that you find, Brock. It's written in this sort of a lavish, cursive, very regal handwriting, and it recounts a traveler's tale discovering a swamp and making their way through it. And the entry is not signed Tusa. It is signed. Glamesh. That is spelled. I'll put it in.
Ambrose, I might have found something that might be helpful. It seems to
Really?
be extremely old.
Did Ambrose find anything in the desk?
Oh yeah. So, rummaging through the desk, the top is extraordinarily messy. There's papers and pencils and other things strewn everywhere, as well as a couple books. And looking around, you notice that the desk, it's a flat top with two side cabinets, and opening those up, they seem to contain even more in the way of paperwork and books and other things. You can't really discern anything from your investigation immediately.
Well, Brock, let's take a look at that.
Yeah, I think it might be about the group of adventures that we read about in the library that first kind of got to this area. I'm not sure though.
Really?
And I'll flip to the second page and start to read.
Sure. The second page is dated maybe about 5 days after the last, and it talks about the different wildlife and things discovered in the swamp. As specifically, what is mentioned is the noble house Yuan Ti, as their soldiers have apparently cut down some tribes of frogmen, which have accosted them on their journey through the more mucky parts of the swamp, which is named. The swamp here is named as he's sort of given this glamorous name of Dark Marsh.
I'll flip to the next page and I'll keep reading.
The next entry is dated for the day after the last, and it talks about finally finding some sort of coast, which they plan to follow for the next several weeks, probably, depending on how big they find the continent or this part of it to be. And it doesn't contain anything of major note except for the fact that they've started to experience some sort of attrition because they're having soldiers disobey orders and apparently leave.
Yeah, Ambrose, this is definitely before Wram was founded, I think. This is an extremely old book.
Do we know perhaps them leaving, deserting, is maybe Garthag is older than Wram?
Or it could have been the actual beholder. Maybe they just haven't slain it yet when they had been writing this.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna flip to the next page and read.
The next page is written very frantically. It's very scribbled and is dated for 2 days after, and describes how they have so far lost 5 men to desertion, and how there was screaming in the night, and a body of a high-ranking general was found to have been butchered in the middle of the camp. No one seeing any sort of witnesses.
Yeah, things definitely started to go downhill for them. I mean, maybe this is just because I'm like thinking about the beholder and all this, but maybe those soldiers that kind of left, maybe it wasn't on their own. And then I'm gonna flip to the next page and keep reading.
Yeah. So the next page is in detail you have this sort of full 2-page drawing of a coastline of a sort of bay area. There's like trees everywhere, these massive weeping willows, and the camp is drawn as the sun sort of sets, and underneath is written like hope, the new hope of the UNT, a crown jewel of what can someday be the height of civilization.
Um. Can I like recognize like where like this perspective is from?
Yeah. Do you want to try for me? Like can you do
Try to assist.
Hmm? Yeah. Do you have this? Would be an insight check. Do you have training in insight, Ambrose?
I do not.
You don't. I'm sorry. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Yeah. No. Sorry. So thinking about it, it seems quite familiar, but you can't put your finger on the exact place. But it seems like it's probably somewhere close to here.
Yeah, this is the journal, I think, of the of the uh of the like first explorers to like come here. Then I'm gonna flip to the next page.
The next page talks about a. It's dated 2 weeks after the last entry, and it talks about a battle which had been raged on the spot which they had found. The people who the UNT who were posted sounded the war whistle, and there was a full scale battle between the UNT and some sort of strange frogs like they'd fought before, but they were much more uh, persistent and seemed to have much. They had come back with more forceful weapons.
I won't say anything to Ambrose and just flip to the next page.
The next page is dated at the about the day after the last one, and just talks about how when searching the frog bodies, the weapons they found were nothing like those they fought against, and how after like systematically like burning all the bodies, there was this strange sort of aura around the flames.
Yeah, there's definitely magic involved in all of the attacks that were coming at them.
So we have men deserting, frog people attacking.
Mm-hmm.
Am I missing something?
Well, I mean, the men deserting, I mean, it could have been like mind control because apparently a high ranking uh, officer was killed in the middle of the camp
Hmm.
and no one was around to see it happen. And then these frogmen, they had like weapons that they usually wouldn't have, and they seemed to be magical in some sense. I'll flip to the next page.
The next page is dated about a week after the last and is written as a sort of testimony in the way it's written. And it is a farewell, what's possibly a farewell from Glamesh. And he is saying that he can't stand to see more of his men die, and so he is going to venture into what his wizards tell him is the source of the chaos, in order to try to stop whatever's going on. And so he is going to head into the swamp and see if he can stop uh, this beautiful land from being corrupted.
I'll quickly flip to the next page and start to read.
The next page is blank.
I'm gonna like thumb through the rest of the book and see if it's like all blank.
About halfway through thumbing wise. Actually, yeah, about halfway through thumbing wise, just going through it. There is in the sort of fine scratch pencil. You notice it because there's like a dog-eared page, and opening it up, you find a date and time for this, in someone else's handwriting, and it dates it to fall 1040. The diaries and last thoughts of Glemish, the savior of Worm's future.
It seems that's all the information we're gonna get from the actual man himself, but there seems to be more writing by a different person here. Then I'll flip the page.
The rest of the pages, this was quite far in the back. The rest of the pages are blank.
We don't even know if this is related to Darthag or the beholder that he came from.
I mean, they're kind of having the same problem that we're having now. I mean, there's corruption and evil magic, and it's all coming from deep in that swamp.
I guess that's true. Maybe we could get Drogos to learn that spell that copies books.
Maybe, yeah. I honestly think we should try to go back to that cave once we're prepared, I think.
Yes.
That might be
And we should talk to
the
those
artifact is.
gnome people.
Yes, the Lunlex.
Yes.
Well, I think that's all of the useful things in here. We should probably go back and see where Hugh or the Dragonborn are.
Can Ambrose take one last look at the room?
Yeah, sure. Is there anything you want to look for in particular?
Just checking like under the bed, behind tabletop, like behind nightstands, just for sort of hidden stuff, maybe, or
Yeah, you
maybe
want to do an
stuff even out.
investigation check? If you want to give yourself advantage to this, because you're really sorting to try to like gear yourself towards it. Nice. So the when you peer at the desk again, and you notice there seems to be a lot more to that, having kind of like flipped through the papers now that you know what you're looking for. And you come across a very professional book in the left drawer of the desk, Ambrose. Having heard the name Glemish, like as you're sort of like thumbing through stuff, you see that word pop up in the first few pages of a book called The Great Battle of 1041. Would you like
to pick that up in? Like, how thick is the book?
Not very. It's maybe 10 pages. It's very finely bound, and there seems to be more than one copy, probably just different editions.
I'm going to take up the newest edition and try to find and start to read that. Brock, I think I've found more of Glemish's journals.
Oh?
Yeah, would you like to take a look at it?
Yes.
So, opening it up, it is a book. There doesn't seem to be an author. This one is not handwritten, though. You can tell this is professionally, like, there's more than one copy of this made, as you can see by the different editions. And the title is The Great Battle of 1041. Opening up, it is dedicated to the brave UNT that have led to the prosperity that is today seen at Wram. And flipping through the next couple pages, it starts off with a sort of preamble about the UNT explorers who had found the Bay Area, which is, and I quote, today the trade hub of the civilized world. The next sort of few pages go into detail about how Glemish was never heard from again after going to try to solve the problems in the camp that would one day become Wram. And that after venturing into the swamp, he was unable, apparently, to defeat any sort of evil, as he wasn't heard of, until a year after his disappearance. There was one of the scouts came running with fear in his eyes, just absolutely terrified, and an alarm was sounded, and a defense was prepared, as it was assumed more frogmen were attacking. And just as everyone was prepared, a great eyeballed beast with stalks, which is today, and I quote, today known as a beholder, emerged from the forest with something wrapped in a sack, being held by a frogman on his back, by several frogmen hoisting, and it was brought to the gates and laid down. And the frogmen were murdered, but the beholder was out of arrow fire, so they weren't able to reach it with any shots. And a Fluned, the son of Glemish, went out in full armor to return the corpse. What is today known as the corpse of Glemish, which had been butchered, turned inside out, turned back, and it seems to have been burned, and many other things were done to it. And upon seeing his father's disfigured face and body, he charged the beast, managing to sever several eye stalks before it fled, with a sort of curse uttered at Fluned as it left. And almost before his eyes, standing over his prize of 4 of the eye stalks, a smaller sort of beholder appeared. This one sort of put an evil grimace on its face and looked at him. You are strong. You will do. And he laid a curse upon Wram, saying that he would return, having been, brought into this world through such a horrible deed to what was essentially part of him. And he vowed to make all those disappear, just like Glemish, and to wipe this pitiful settlement off the map. And so, as Fluned tried to strike him, he flew away. One last time, shooting Fluned with a black beam, which which it says, and to this day, this book being written in 1085, to this day, Fluned has not recovered from that blast. Thus ends the sort of retelling.
Is Brock also like reading this because he's like next to Ambrose? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're both sort of like mumbling to each other, like pointing out different parts, and like. You also, that is the first thing, Ambrose. You notice some other important papers are in this like separate sort of pile on his desk.
Well, we definitely don't want to get hit by that black beam.
I suppose. What are these papers over here?
So, picking up the stack of papers, the first one seems to be a recently opened letter, with no date, and it is a letter to it is a letter to Tucson from the Lunlex, and it is a begging letter. And having met them, Ambrose, you can tell it's Jerome's voice because it's written exactly how he speaks. And it's begging Tucson to send some men to the tower so that they might be teleported to this sort of necrotic presence that had started to pop up. There was no indication of a reply or anything.
Looks like we got there first.
It seems like history is repeating itself. But hopefully we're catching it early.
I do think this is the current Ludlex. They were begging
yeah.
him for troops, but we got there first and dealt with the evil.
Well,
Wait.
I mean, we didn't explore that place in full at
Yes,
all.
they seem to have it under control. But we should talk to them again. Let's go back to the room where everybody
Yeah.
else is.
Let's see if we can find the others.
As you leave the room, the first thing you sort of see is 1 sec. I'm sorry. How to do that? The first thing you see is at Jim Tim is at the end of the hallway. He looks at you. Goes, "Hello, sirs.
Jim Tim.
The big lizard men told me to come get you guys. We gotta. They found something scary down in the cellar."
I knew something was down there. All right, Ambrose, let's
You
get
did,
down
sir.
there.
You really smashed the floor before. One of you, the big lizard guy, he kicked a hole in the. Aye.
Of course he did.
It was pretty cool to watch, sir.
He always makes a door wherever he goes.
Yeah. Has he always done that?
Yep, always. Or at least as long as I've known him.
When he
Ooh.
desires
The tire.
Where
there to be an egress, there is an egress.
where's the other man? The one with the hat and the bow and the bones.
I think he was with the princess.
Oh, that okay. And he walks a few rooms up because you're like sort of talking back and forth as he comes down the hallway. He goes, "Oh, okay," and he turns around and goes a few rooms like back that way and like knocks on the door. And humorous, you hear a knock on the door as Jim Tim enters, and Galera looks and goes, "Oh, hello, Jim Tim. What can I do for you? My fine young man." "Oh, mistress, the man, that man right there," and he points to Humorous. "He's needed with the rest of them. They found something in the cellar."
Oh well, I guess I ought to head down there, but I don't know if I want to leave you by yourself. Are you sure you can handle yourself while I go check that out? 'Cause I know you were saying earlier that they're, your father, he had known about Darth Hag and he just got, taken out, and I don't want that to happen to anyone else. So you think you're gonna be all right?
"Oh, I believe I'll be fine. It's no real trouble. I have servants at a beck and call, and I have plenty of combat experience. Let us say." And she gives you like a smile. "I'll be fine.
He was
I'm
gonna
going to
say,
relax."
I understand. You take care of yourself now, and he's gonna tip his hat towards her and walk out into the hallway.
She gives you like a mock hat tip and like a courteous kind of response
Mm-hmm.
of someone who has never tipped a hat before but is trying to be polite. "Oh, thank you, Sir Hubris. You are a fine man." And Jim Tim, just you be nice to these people. "Oh yeah, yes, I'm being very nice, my lady, please." And so coming back out in the hallway, Ambrose and Brock, you see Humorous and Jim Tim as you guys keep walking down the hallway, and you all sort of converge.
Well, we found some really good stuff in the private study.
He was gonna kind of nod. Find anything on taking out that thing?
We definitely got some more history behind all of it. It seems that history is repeating itself. It tells of some horrible corruption that was coming from deep within the swamp that was messing with all manner of things. So,
Well, you know what they say. Time flows like a river. It's destined to hit itself again. So,
mm-hmm.
maybe we can cut it off at its roots. No one else should have to suffer like this.
It seems that we've caught the entire process early, so hopefully it'll all work out. But we need to get to the cellar.
All right.
Well,
Come on,
sirs,
don't dilly dabble now.
yes, don't do that. Follow me, sirs. I'll take you to the basement, to the cellar. And he sort of guides you all down the stairs. In the meantime, Drogas and Balasar have been waiting for what seems to them quite a little bit of time. They're just sort of sitting in the light of Drogos's light spell, just sort of looking into the darkness as a sort of very damp smell starts to rise, kind of hitting the more refined smell of the palace to sort of contrast it. Are you two just gonna like wait for them to get there? Balzar, Drogos. Yeah. All right. So you two wait for a bit of time. Is there anything you want to do? You've had about like 20 minutes since Jim Tim has left. Did you do anything in that time? Sort of hung out.
Just kind of stand around waiting.
Yep. You guys making any conversation? The two quietest people in the party. I want to know what is conversation.
It would appear Kane might be AFK. So
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Oh, so you're just being dead silent then?
No, my mom was in. I'm talking.
Oh, Mom, swag meal.
Shut up.
Mommy made it.
Mommy made it. Swag meal.
Hey,
So
Cuisine.
So, Drogos, Balazar, do you two make any conversation? Or are you just staring at each other in silence? I'm interested. Like, fiddling with anything? Are you guys?
You know, Balazar, me and ask you
Yeah.
something.
Shoot.
What's up with your hatred of elves? Never understood it.
We were assigned to defend a city northeast of Nemonas. Me and most of the guys assigned to it left, went on patrol, came back, and they had gassed the town and burned whoever was left.
That'll probably make anyone hate elves.
So you two sort of sit there, in quiet contemplation, thinking about this, sort of making that sort of idle chatter, when all of a sudden, you whip around with this sort of, the quiet is broken all of a sudden by the door opening, and you hear a voice from the top of the room, "Oh, guys, I brought the rest of the party, says, oi, oi!" And Jim Tim comes down the stairs.
you break any doors while we were gone.
I made a new one.
Well, that's
amazing.
A nice change.
And Ambrose is gonna start clapping.
There was a wall here. There's no longer a wall.
You're right about that one, sirs. Follow me through the alcohol maze. I don't know why it's set up like this. It's very and he takes the party who is not standing by the hole in the wall, through a right, and then a left, and then a right, and then another right, down the passage, like the ways in between the barrels and casks and other things. And the party is now all joined up together. I spent a while trying to find sirs, your elf, and I couldn't find him. I don't know where he's off to. I assume he's okay.
He tends to do that, yeah. Well, this is quite the door you made.
I couldn't figure out. I knew it was hollow on the other side. I just couldn't figure out how to get it to open. So,
Balazar, have you considered taking a sculpting class?
why?
You see doors in the stone and you make it true.
Nah, I knew something was wrong down here, so I went around and I started punching, like banging on the walls. You hear when it's hollow.
Really, I could finance your sculpting class if you desired. I am rather rich.
Mr. Jorgensen, I don't think Balazar here really has that gentle touch that you would need for pottery.
I wasn't thinking pottery. I was thinking like
We can talk about this
granite
later.
statues.
Yeah, Jogos has a good point. We should probably go into a creepy cave. I'll lead the way, as long as you keep that light there, Jogos.
Gotcha.
All right, and I guess we start to walk in with Brock in the front.
And he will file behind Brock with a bow at the ready.
Mm-hmm. It's at this point that from behind you guys here. Hey, everything all right? And Bug is now with you guys. Nice hole.
Oh, well, you're pretty sneaky, Bug.
I've been here the whole time. Remember, I
What?
came with you guys. You just sort of I let you guys go off wherever. I was just sort of looking around, seeing if I could find like a keepsake from my old pal. You know, I certainly miss Tucson.
Yeah, well, I guess it's good to have as many people as possible when you're going into a creepy cave.
Yeah, runs you home. These sort of caves. I'm gonna let you guys lead the way. But if you need anything, just I'll be back here strumming the lute. You guys want music, or do you want me to like shut up, or?
I mean, some good music always helps.
Bug, I shall play with you.
Oh, dude.
And Ambrose is gonna like stop just in the middle of the cave and pull out his lyre. Like take off his bag
Mm-hmm.
and then pull out his lyre.
Oh, by the
You wanna do-
heavens, no.
So you want to do? So Bug starts playing this sort of like very gentle, sort of calming tune that weaves in the sort of sorrowness. He's like, I call this one. My lute is currently crying.
Really? Oh
Yeah,
wait,
you
I forgot to do it with disadvantage.
That's fine. You do it again, then yeah, we'll take the. So, in this sort of this as Bug starts to weave this sort of tale with just the instrument, this piercing sound comes from Ambrose's instrument. Having still not fixed the strings, he proceeds to play exclusively the high notes, which make you all almost weep literally. Not from emotions, but from physical pain.
Ambrose is gonna put on his bag and continue down the cave.
Balasar, like,
Come on, sing with me.
he clutches at the side of his head.
I don't
Make
sing!
it stop!
Yeah, I regret this, but come on, guys, go. Let's get to it. And this continues as you guys walk down the hallway. What order? You can fit just two people shoulder to shoulder. Just.
So I guess
what order are we thinking?
I guess Brock and Hugh are next to each other in the very front.
I will be right behind them, long sword drawn.
You're just gonna be like very last.
So is it Balasar and
Yes, and I'm gonna play it
then-
like play my lyre really high, kind of near his head, so he can
then
definitely hear my lyre.
am I missing anyone?
I think that's it.
That's everyone, yeah. So that's the order.
Ambrose puts the lyre down.
I've always wanted to be a bard. This seems like quite
Have
the
you?
romantic life.
It's not a career you should consider.
Galarin must surely be
You know,
beyond the grave for this to be happening.
And I'm
You
just gonna
could
play
never-
louder.
you can always believe in yourself. Personally, I wouldn't believe in myself if I were you. You know, you go ahead.
Thank you for the encouragement.
That's one word for it. You know, we have a kobold word for people like you.
Really?
Yeah.
Infuriating.
Huh? No, it's you ever heard of a grumble bus?
I haven't. I like that word. Please call me Grumblebus. Great.
Okay,
I think it's
okay,
a
you
great
grumble
compliment.
bus. Yeah. Yeah, that's a grumble bus would like to know. You would like to be called a grumble bus, so yeah, that fits.
And Ambrose is just gonna smile and continue walking.
All right, so the party walks down this sort of dark passage. Did anyone want to light a torch?
I'm using light on it. So.
Yeah, I think the
Okay.
lights.
Oh, is it light on you?
I like tapped it onto Brock, so he has it. It's like on him.
Oh, cool. Okay. So the light sort of illuminates in front of you. It heads downward for maybe the first 15 feet in this sort of, it's slick, but not, it's full, it's it's a lot of traction to this hewn out wall and sort of passage that's put directly into the stone. It seems somewhat recent from what you guys see, as there's a lot of sharp edges still, which is probably why there's a bit of traction. And so, walking down this passageway, you end up coming to a oval-shaped room with like many. It has 3 sort of offsets: one to the left of you, one to the right, one directly ahead.
Well then. Well, there's 2 sets, or I mean, 3 sets of 2 of us, so we could all take a tunnel if you wanted to.
I remember a wise man once said to follow your nose. And Ambrose is going to smell down each corridor.
Or the fruity too.
Sure, you want to give me a perception check with advantage. Actually, just a perception check. Okay, so smelling all 3, you get this sort of dank smell from, but the rightmost one smells terrible compared to the other 2. Noticeably so.
The right one smells horrible. I say we don't go that way.
I say that's a good reason to go that way.
Yeah,
Ugh.
Brock's got a point. If it smells that bad, there's something going on over there.
Yeah. Well, just follow me and Hugh, and we'll start to walk down that passageway.
Ambrose is going to pull out his flower that he doesn't know, like what it is, and start to smell it, so
Can
he
you make a
doesn't have to
Constitution
smell.
save?
Ambrose falls over and dies because he's been inhaling nightshades.
Yeah. You're all right. It's a very it's a very pungent aroma from the flower. It's in your bag. It's started to give your entire sort of appearance this very floral sort of smell.
I see.
Can I
Like you smell.
Can I roll to like see if I can figure out what kind of flower Ambrose is holding?
If you want to, yeah. That would be let's call it a nature check. Yeah, nature check.
Wait one.
So looking at it, it's a very distinct, like especially Balazar, you having had learned some survival skills in the military, and just the clear shape of it means that it looks not too dissimilar from the flowers of a fully in bloom deadly nightshade plant.
Ambrose, stop smelling that, for God's sake!
What?
Why would I not smell it?
It's nightshade, it's poisonous.
What would someone like you know about nightshade and
Survival
flowers?
training.
That's the thing of the nobility. This is obviously from a rose plant. And Ambrose is going to take
Ambrose, it's
another deep
purple.
breath. Look, it's fine.
Yeah. Can you do another Constitution check for me? Oh, you're fine.
Ambrose, I'm telling you, that's going to get you killed.
Balzar, just let it happen.
Ambrose is just going to play louder on his already horrible lyre.
All right. You want to do a check for me?
Bother.
Bug's gonna try to play over you. He doesn't. He fails to play louder than you. So the
Oh,
piercing
to
noise.
the king! His greatness is great!
Hugh
Can we
is gonna
please?
whirl around and grab and pluck the lyre out of his hands. Do you want to get us killed, kid? You are literally making the loudest racket I've ever heard in my life in this cave. It's gonna echo all the way through here, and whatever's in here is gonna hear us coming. And he's gonna just slowly just place it back in his hands.
Mhm.
Just stop. You can play it later, but not right now, okay?
You're just gonna laugh, say, couldn't have said better than myself, mate.
The word
Fine.
mate rings down the hallways. Mate, 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 mate.
And I'm gonna put the lyre back in my bag, stopping in the middle of the cave, blocking everyone behind me. Put it in my bag,
And Hugh
and
is
then
gonna
put it, and pick it up
he's gonna
and go.
pat Ambrose on the head. Good, good, okay. And he's just gonna turn back around, obviously annoyed, and just start walking again with Brock.
You really are a true grumble bus, Ambrose.
I'm gonna lean up to Hugh and whisper, "This is why I don't like bards."
Belisar has just placed his head in his hands and is just screaming into his gauntlet.
And Hugh's gonna lean back over to Brock and say, "It's bugs to find one. It's the kid who's really getting on my nerves."
I
So,
can hear you.
Hugh's gonna pretend that he didn't. and just keep walking.
So, so you guys continue down this corridor, which leads to another smaller room, which there is a divergence. There's a left and a right tunnel.
We need your nose up here, Ambrose.
Ambrose is gonna take his nose away from the flower and smell down each corridor again.
All right, you want to give me another perception check? So smelling, it's like both are about equally smelly. That smell has started to prevail this entire hallway. It's and like corridors. It seems like there isn't too much of a difference in smell between the two.
Yep, it's definitely this way. I'm gonna point to the left corridor.
But
If you say so.
And then I'm gonna smell my flower again.
Constitution check. Yeah, you're fine.
Building up
In fact,
immunity.
smelling it so much, you sort of started to like really enjoy it. And you're like, you know what? You think to yourself, but Bor Cece put this on the earth just for me. So
He
pleasant.
shot himself with so many low caliber bullets he can now stop tank shells.
There you go. All right, so you guys head down the left corridor. There's still that unchanging stone. As you go, and it eventually leads to a wooden door. It's a small sort of. It looks like it's hastily built wood with hinges directly in the stone.
Brock is gonna get close to it and put his ear next to it to see if he can hear anything on the other side of it.
Yeah, sure. You want to do a perception check for me? So, listening to the other side of the door, you hear voices, but you can't really distinguish what they're talking about.
Hey, there's people on the other side of this.
Is it doorway time?
I mean, if they're down here, let's just kick down the door.
Hell yeah.
He's gonna like move his way so that Balazar can get to where his spot was, and he's gonna be behind Balazar with his bow drawn towards the door.
Brock will be next to Hugh.
So, Balsar, with just one hearty kick. The way I imagine you do this, by the way, Balsar, is you are taking your hands sort of above your heads, putting them into a fist, and sort of like slamming them, and then pulling them down, sort of putting all of your force as your clasped hands reach your stomach as your right foot goes out, punching through the door, and with such a clamor that the hinges are ripped from the stone, the bolts flying as they go, and the door goes slamming with a great splash into a pool of water. Before you,
Chuckle fucks.
before you is a dimly lit room. It is there's a surrounding of sort of a stone rock walkway with some bridges over a great pool of disgusting water. It's a somewhat low arched ceiling. Uh, there are several robed figures and one significantly bigger figure. And they look at you all and go, "There they are!"
Oh,
You guys having an
hello.
orgy in here?
Why did you say that?
Fuck Drogos.
What did you say?
I said, are you guys having an orgy in here? Travis just yells at.
They look at you. We'll skin you after we kill you. And combat's going to begin.
Let's go.
That
Like fucking. Oh.
We could talk about this.
So, and the order which you guys maintain, Hugh has sort of stepped back. Actually, would Brock or Hugh have stepped back for Balzar to move in to kick the door?
I think both, because
They both step
Balthazar is
back?
quite the large person.
So let me just give you the order then. You guys are going to. You guys can get past Balzar as he sort of moved forward with the door. You can just one person can eat by on each side, but you're still all kind of closed off in the passageway. Why? And let me add our boys.
Did Jub Tub follow us?
A little. He did not.
We could have
Yeah.
used his distraction.
Fuck! It didn't like that.
We
Did
are
it?
not bringing a small child. We are not
And
recruiting child soldiers.
one sec. Let me make sure. Add. There we go. And so, combat begins with these three robed figures and one larger man. They are off. The way to best describe this room, is it's like a horseshoe of a walkway, with the like middle of the horseshoe being this like puddle. If you get me, like this deep, like you can't tell how deep it is, but it's like this disgusting brown water. And at the ends of the horseshoe that are open, there is a bridge stretching over the puddle, and then it continues on straight past that. In the middle of the bridge is the much larger mailed figure, with the other people kind of spread around him on different sides of the bridge. And so there's probably a distance of 20 feet, 25 feet between you all. And Bug got first turn. Did he now? Why? Why'd I bring him? I like this combat music. This is fitting. 1 second, let me... Alduin back, unable to really do anything. Bug is going to use is going to cast Bardic Inspiration on Brock. I don't believe Bardic Inspiration counts as... Yeah, it doesn't count as a spell.
It's just plus a d8, right?
I believe... I mean, one sec. You can roll an extra d6.
Got it, okay.
You add it to an ability check, an attack roll, saving throw.
Cool, okay.
And so... Bug ends his turn. It is now Humorous' turn. Humorous, you will need to move around Balsar to get into the room. You don't really have much line of fire with him either. Your only option really is to move to the right of him, because to the left of him is Brock, and it will be kind of hard to squeeze in there.
He was gonna push his way up to Balazar, take aim at the one in the forefront, and fire an arrow at him. Would that be the coolest one?
The closest one would actually be Cultist 3.
Okay.
He is the only one on the right side of the bridge, and he seems the most alert. Man, and with the true aim of a master marksman, you've embedded an arrow in this man's deep into this man's arm. It's in his bicep, and it sort of hits in with a thud and sort of sinks in there. It makes, you know, that have you guys, you know how like things sink into quicksand, they sort of stay there for a second and then start to go in?
Yeah.
It sort of, the arrow hits him and then like slowly just sort of morphs into him a little bit and then sticks there very solidly. And it's now the one which you've injured. It's his turn. And on his turn, just get his attacks to be sure. On his turn, he is going. He can't move to you in time, and so instead of moving to you, he is going to cast a spell at you. And with this sort of like, oh, I didn't do I. And with this sort of, dark energy, and sort of points its way towards Humorous, but it dissipates as the arrow sort of hinders his movement with that arm, and sort of it almost sucks up the momentum of the spell. And it's now Balasar's turn. You're able to go either way. Who are you attacking?
EA one.
Oh, what's your movement speed?
Hang on, let me look.
It should be 30.
You're 30 feet. Okay, so yeah, with your movement, you sort of shuffle. With a sort of with a sort of vigor, you run up the leftmost side and sort of make your way to the... There's two cultists on the side of the bridge, one of which is like slightly closer, while the other one is much closer to the mailed figure in the middle of the bridge. And you go for a swipe on him, and he quickly evades out of the way, seeing you coming. And with that, you actually... you hear from back in the tunnel, you hear a familiar voice, that of Mo, sort of calling for you guys. Hey! And Mo, if you'd like to join combat, you're welcome.
Just out of character, real quick. What's going on right now?
Yeah. Okay, so the party has gone and found themselves. If you remember last time, there was a hole that Balthazar kicked in a stone wall in the basement where there's a tunnel into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
The party has made their way down that tunnel after
Okay.
searching the house for clues, and they've made their way to this sort of foul-smelling room after a maze of tunnels.
Mhm.
And they are currently fighting several figures in a mailed fit. The tunnel is just wide enough for two people to fit shoulder by shoulder. Balasar, it has run through the tunnel after kicking the door open and tried to slash at one of the cultists. Meanwhile, Humorous has shot another one, and then that same cultist attempting to cast a spell on him, which failed. The current order is Balasar on the left. Then it's Humorous by the door with no one on the right of him. Brock, and then let me make sure I got this right. Brock would have stepped back, so he's next to Ambrose, I believe. Yeah, he's next to Ambrose,
Yeah.
who are in the doorway, and then Drogos and Bug are farther back, followed by Mo and Jim Tim.
Awesome.
Oh yeah! I found guys. I found your
Oh,
old
he
friend.
brought Jim.
Brought the
Of
kid.
course he would
I
bring the
did-
kid.
I'm gonna kill him.
He needed me to show him where to go, sir. Oh boy, this seems like quite a fight. I think I gotta go.
I'm gonna kill that fucking elf.
I'm gonna just stay back here, guys. So yeah, did you join combat yet, Mo?
Oh, I forgot how to do that. Is it like exclamation point? Then what?
I join. I put it in. It's in my commands.
Cool.
He has an initiative of 0.
Oh no.
Me?
You put it in the wrong. You put it no. You put it in the wrong channel, but whatever. It's fine.
Oh yeah, D&D.
It goes in the commands one, not the.
It
That's
still
fine,
works,
though.
Yeah, but just
Yeah,
Okay.
it still works. So, I believe that was
Did
the
it?
that was the end of that person.
I don't think it did.
Yeah, it's not showing
Did
it
it-
on the initiative tracker.
Yeah.
oh okay.
Yeah, because this channel is
Yeah.
still in combat.
Yeah. So put it in commands for me.
Okay.
There you
There's
go.
a lot of initiative.
And so it is now Drogos' turn. You're just looking at the order. It would be difficult, but you could push past Brock or Ambrose if you were to attempt a check and use your whole turn from there. You can't really get a good line of sight. Or, I mean, I guess you have a teleport.
I'm pretty sure he had to
Yeah,
go.
he's
eat.
gone.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Drogos is sort of he's moved back to allow for. Let me rearrange the order then. Make sure we have that. Drogos has thinking about it, moved back to allow Mo to go in front of him. So now Mo and Bug are side by side with Drogos and Jim Tim in the back. And so he spends his turn, I don't know, thinking up, drawing some edgy characters in a notebook or something, whatever he does. And it is now DA2's turn. DA2, if I remember correctly. Yes, he is next to Balasar, slightly behind DA1. And he is going to make an attack attempt on Balasar with his knife. And with not seeing this, Balasar, still going for that stab on the first one in your sort of stalwart advance, you didn't notice that right behind his shoulder, as almost like a second hand, the elder cultist comes out of the faint darkness and jams his knife into your directly into your armor, sort of slashing down on it. And just the necrotic pain sort of seeps into you a little bit. It's now Ambrose's turn.
Um,
You are able to squeeze past Humorous on the left, but if you didn't move farther than that, then Brock would not be able to get out without attempting to move more, like move you.
can I get a just quick view of the map? There's like four cultists.
Yeah, one
around.
sec.
Let
me.
And it's like a horseshoe on the ground.
Yeah. Let me like get a map that you guys can see really quickly done. It won't take but a moment. And here with one second.
I don't really need the like player characters. I kind of know where they are.
Okay, cool.
Just the
Okay, no problem.
So I know Balazar is fighting DA1 and the big guy. So
he's fighting DA. He's fighting two of them. He's
yeah,
fighting DA1 and DA2.
Mr. Big Guy.
Mr. Big Guy is still in the middle of the bridge, I believe, and he's denoted by what, DA4, I believe is what he is called here. Yeah, he is. He is. I want DA4 and DA3 is there. Sorry, I have to use that real quick. Here's what I'm looking at. And the white bits in the center and past that bridge are all like this like mucky water. Balasar's on the left. Humorous is right past the red door on the a little bit to the right, and then starts the party order.
Ambrose is going to run and like jump over the gap.
Mm-hmm.
And then run up to DA3 and start whacking on him. With his fists.
So you're gonna run and jump the gap? Like
on the corner to the right side.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have to brush past Q.
Yeah, that's okay. And yeah, you want to make an attack roll for me?
I'm gonna use my key point.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna use Fury of Blows. My open hand lets me inflict one status effect. I am going to push him 15 feet into the water. And he has to make a DC. He has to make a. Hold on, I will look real quick. He has to make a strength saving throw. And the DC of that is 13. So I'm just gonna start punching him, and then I'm gonna push him.
Right. And you're pushing him into the water to his left, to his right, I mean?
Yes.
Or are you... Alright.
Never mind.
Stop, he's already dead. Yeah, you want to just make a... yeah, then you've pushed him into the water. As your blows sort of, like, warp his cloak and sort of push in, almost like you're playing with putty, at this point, as your fist sort of like charged with this light, he is grabbed back. The first blow landing directly in the jaw as you hear like a loud crack, and you can almost feel his entire spine shift. With his second, you almost pick him up, but with a blow to the stomach, and with a third, you sort of whack him to the side, open palm slapping it so hard that he is propelled into the water.
I'm tired of talking with the cultists.
And with that, DA4 looks to you, Ambrose, and first he checks his own speed to make sure he. Yes, he's fine. He can. He looks at you, Ambrose, and he goes, "You are weak. Think you may defile my men and find yourself superior? Well, you'll find yourself fighting a real champion now."
Let's see if your skeletal system is as tough as this man's.
Let's see if yours.
And Ambrose is gonna crack his knuckles intimidatingly.
1 sec. I need to check what something does real. Sorry, I just want to make sure of something.
When Ambrose fights these cultists, it's basically Smash Brothers break the targets. Every single punch just implodes them, just bink.
Yeah, I did 42 damage. Take that, tough guy.
And with that, he walks over to you very slowly, and he slashes down with his great sword. And the weight of it is so heavy that it rocks the earth right to your right as he fails to actually hit you. In his fury, he has lodged his sword directly in the ground, and he sort of pulls it out, and there's a gash about as wide as your arm in the stone. It is now the chance for the cultist who Balzar failed to hit, for him to attack him. And for his move, he is actually going to take his action to disengage from the fight with Balzar. And sort of, he is going to move backwards towards the middle of the beach. It's now Brock's turn.
All right, so the like kind of like boss cultist is DA3, right?
DA4.
Day 4, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the one who's running towards Ambrose, or going in that direction.
He is currently right up on Ambrose, his sword.
Okay, got it. Alright, I'm gonna pull up my trident and toss it at him.
Yeah. Do you want to move first or do anything else first, or are you good where you are?
I'm in the doorway, right?
Yeah, there's room to get by you on your right.
Okay.
Or
Actually,
you can
no,
move
I'm
out.
gonna stay in the doorway.
All right.
DA4, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Not gonna do this again. Wait, everyone attacks the dead body 5 times.
Mm.
God, I should probably start. Oh my.
And then I'm not going to pull it back out. I'm going
in him. Yeah.
I'm going to see that that Ambrose almost just got like cut
Chopped.
into by a greatsword, and without even thinking, I'm going to pull out the Book of Art Tundis, and the stone on the front cover starts to glow a bit, and these little wisps of golden energy kind of comes for it and goes straight to Ambrose, and Brock cast a Shield of Faith on him. Oh yeah, I actually don't think that
Yeah,
did damage. What?
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
what?
not. It's not showing DA4 as being injured.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, he should have taken 13 damage. I don't know why he didn't.
Well,
Let me check something.
yeah.
Unless he has like the resistances to piercing like the other ones, in which case it's rounded down. I think. I don't know if it's
It's
rounded
divided
down
by
or up.
2. Yeah.
But 13 divided
Then-
evenly is like 6.5. So I don't know if it's rounded down or up.
No, that was it IHP DA4 minus 13. Yeah, I don't know why that didn't do damage.
And then so Ambrose's AC is
19.
now 19. But
Oh
it
my
is
sweet God.
concentration on my part, so I will keep.
So
that in
you have to
mind.
concentrate every turn. Or if you
No,
ever-
it's it's only when I get hit is when I make a
Oh.
concentration check.
Yep. All right.
Did you target Ambrose with that, or did you just cast it?
I just cast it. I don't think it's automatic, so I didn't.
If you target
think-
him, it'll put the effect on him.
It will
okay.
do. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
It
I
dash.
will- I'll do that.
I think you're out of spell slots now, so I don't know if it's gonna let.
You can do
I don't.
dash I at the end.
Yeah, do dash
Yeah.
die.
Yeah, yeah.
Yay, 19 AC. We can also change my AC. But I don't know if it does it automatically.
What?
It put it on you instead of Ambrose.
What?
Yeah.
I did negative or dash T and then Ambrose.
We can just modify whatever's going on here. It's fine.
Yeah. I think if you add the effect shield, it'll do the same. Well, actually no.
You're gonna set your AC back to 18 secs, okay.
Yeah, and then just add two to yours because it thinks I'm using shield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stretch.
Oh, it's you might have spelled a faith
What?
wrong because it just says
Yeah.
yeah, because it says cast shield and before it was shield of faith. Shield because it's not a spell, so I think you if you didn't put it in quotations, that's what's wrong. That's why I did shield.
AC.
Oh.
Oh no!
I'm
All
so
of a sudden-
weak.
do
Brock's
an update,
armor.
quick.
It's his turn. It's his turn. Do I next. If you're done, Brock.
I'm currently trying to cast it on you.
I can do it manually.
It's fine. We can do it manually.
Okay.
It's Jim Tim's turn.
Why won't that work?
Can you set? What's his AC? No.
18.
Want me to do just a
Do set.
update?
I don't.
I can just spin my spell slots in a different channel to get them back down.
Boom. Boom. Yeah, just remember you have 18 health.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
that's weird,
want me
it's
to
not
just do update and then
yeah,
use
it's
my
probably
stuff back?
yeah, long rest or whatever. Just don't use them. We'll be fine. Then you should be back to and then I can.
We're figuring it out.
I can imagine Brock just like passes out for a second.
All right, and I
Oh.
fixed my spell slot.
You still have an AC of 6.
Wait, oh, yeah.
It won't accept higher.
Did you do exclamation point update, Zach?
I did, yeah.
Wait, yeah. Did it like just change your AC to 6?
Wait,
No.
actually, I did a long rest.
Yeah, you want to do an update now?
Now it's set to 20.
I am literally
Yeah,
doing
now
opt Brock
check it.
AC 18.
Try removing his status effect from him now.
Yeah.
Shield of Faith and Shield on him.
Yeah.
If you remove those, it should go back down.
What's currently happening is the
There you go.
yeah, you want to do. Yeah, you should be all. Yeah, you're fine now. Nice. Okay, we fixed it. What had happened was as the energy sort of left the book, some went into Brock and he spun in the air and started vibrating for a while. Sort of going from weak to powerful, weak to powerful, weak to powerful, before finally dropping down.
Oh, there you go.
And Ambrose got a little bit beefy.
Okay, yeah. There we go.
It's currently Jim Tim's turn when this is all happening, and it's all so overwhelming that he's gonna damn. I was hoping that would save it and act like it was real. Jim Tim is gonna use his turn to he's gonna check his Constitution. And yeah, he is really not able to pull himself. Okay, damn. I was hoping that would work. Okay, Jim Tim's now prone, crying. Thus ends his turn. It's back to Bug. Oh god.
I gotta go, guys.
Oh, for like.
No, I'm passing out in my fucking chair. I need to sleep.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys in the morning.
Alright.
Balzar drops dead.
No, I'll fix it. Don't worry.
Sorry.
So it's fine. That necrotic damage that Balzar that the knife inflicted, as Bug begins to play, you guys see Balzar sort of clutch at the wind and sort of walk backwards and then slump against the wall, trying hard not to pass out. And then Bug for his turn is one sec. He's just gonna he's just gonna use grovel, beg, cower. You know what? Actually, he's just gonna. He's just gonna play some music for you all.
Oh, wholesome.
That's now Mo's turn. Mo, and Bug, as he sort of plays, sort of slips to the side. I have it pinned if you want to see party order and the map. He, just to make sure, he slips to the side, so Drogos and Mo can get past him. What are you gonna do, bud?
Wait, so where am I in this map?
If you look in the pinned messages, underneath the
Yeah.
map that I have pinned is the party order.
Okay.
I can.
Um,
I'll just repost it for
no,
convenience.
I see it right now.
So
I don't see my name on here.
that not that I just
Oh, there
posted
I
it.
am.
I just posted the party order. Which Ambrose is no. Wait, let me update that actually, so it's more accurate.
Well,
There you go. So Brock has a space to his right because currently DA3 is dead. DA4 is fighting Ambrose. Balsar slumped near DA1 and DA2. Wait, where? And then Humorous is right outside the door to the right.
okay, so then can I go sit near Balazar then and attack who's lower, DA1 or DA2?
I
Maybe he's
believe.
lower, they're in the same spot.
Wait, I'm confused then.
You mean who has been hit?
Yeah, like lower health.
Neither of them have been hit.
Oh, okay. So then I'll just attack DA2 then.
What's your? Okay, yeah, you can get to them, no problem. Yeah, sure. How are you? How do you want to attack them? What do you?
I'll use my short bow.
I believe that has a minimum range. Does it not?
I'll look at
Also-
the character sheet.
Yeah. Why would you want to get close with a short?
If he attacks with a short bow from within 5 feet, he has to roll at a disadvantage.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Alright, never mind then. I'll use my 2
but-
daggers.
Alright.
So
You can only make
Exclamation.
one. You can't make more than one melee attack a turn.
yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna I know that, yeah. Alright, so exclamation point T and then dash attack.
No. Which one do you want to attack?
DA2. Oh yeah, okay.
Right there. Nice. And so, moving in front of Ballast, you sort of slink in, stabbing DA2 with your dagger. You're in sort of a knife fight with the two of them. They both have. DA2 is actually on the bridge currently, so he's a little farther back. So you and DA1 are sort of locked in combat. And thus is the end of your turn. It's now Hugh's turn. DA. Mm-hmm. So, DA2 is currently on the bridge. DA4 is by Ambrose. DA3 does not exist. And DA1 is next to Mo and Balsar.
So I couldn't get to DA1 or 2 from where I'm standing, correct?
Everyone
has 30 feet except for
Are you-
Ambrose.
I'm pretty sure that Brock has 25, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's the only.
Yeah, but
boy.
I think Bug does too, but no, Bug is 30. Okay. Getting to them might be kind of difficult. Just
Okay.
like DA2 is sort of hiding in between DA4 and DA1, like in the middle of the bridge, and they're both sort of backed against it, so it's not really going to be easy. You can get to DA1 or DA4. There's enough
attacking
to fight.
4.
Okay.
So Hugh is gonna sling his longbow over his shoulders and start running up to DA4 in a fighting pose, like that, with his legs up, and he's gonna run up to DA4 and he's gonna try and uppercut him.
All right.
Oh come on! Oh, I need to update first. Sorry.
It's fine.
And
You have the ye old fisticuffs.
then...
I hope it was added as ye old fisticuffs.
It was not.
Damn.
Yes, arm strike. There we go.
And so,
Wait, why did it put it twice? Why did it put a hand axe?
What?
Okay,
I have no idea.
At least it
okay.
missed.
Yeah, the hand axe missed
That-
at least.
The unarmed
I
strike
wanted-
didn't.
Okay.
Okay, so sort of going up to him, you pull out your hand axe and then think different. Sort of going in your fighter's pose, and you punch the man. And he looks at you, kind of indifferent to the strike as he raises his sword. Are you ready to die again, Mr. Skeleton?
He hasn't said a word to him.
Mm-hmm. DA3. That man's dead. He's gonna.
You like the little red arrow? That means I
Oh,
pushed
what?
him into the sewer.
Mm-hmm. It's Drogo's turn. Drogo's. Yeah, you can. Now you can get past pretty easy. Do
Alright.
whatever it is you like.
All right. So. I'm going to use Ray of Frost on. Can I get like over to like where Mo is and like not like close to Mo, but like kind of close, and use Ray of Frost on DA1, like without risking hitting him?
I think DA1 is
I-
dead, right?
No,
oh,
he's
is
not dead
DA1
yet.
the dead one? No.
No, he's not dead yet.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you. Sec. You. Yeah, you can get over there and just and squeeze between Mo and Balasar against the wall. Yeah.
All
Or
right,
it's a cone, right?
Ray of Frost is like it's like a beam kind of thing.
Oh, then yeah, you can get by. Yeah, it's no problem.
All right, and then there's something else I want to do. I want to use Twin Spell with my meta magic things.
Yes. Oh, this
Yeah.
is cool.
And attack DA2 with Ray of Frost as well. It basically works like I lose one of my sorcery points and I just
Yeah.
attack both of them at the same time.
Yep. I know meta magic.
So are you like right next to Mo?
It's not
yeah, he's
really.
right.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
right next to
you're
him.
like shoulder to shoulder with. Like that's it. There's not a ton of space.
Attacking 2, it's dash T DA1 and dash T DA2, right?
Yeah.
Basically, for attacking multiple people, just do another dash T and then the next target as well.
Yeah.
I added the alias to do S-cast.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about that. I have like sorcery points like on like the when you do the exclamation point CC thing. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get rid of like lose those.
Do a minus
Sort-
one,
oh.
whatever you named it.
Yeah.
It's exclamation point CC space sorcery points space -1.
Here we go.
So.
And if you use 2 sorcery points, you gotta remove another one too.
I only used 1.
Okay.
Here you go. So, your first attack being so close to DA1, he sort of ducks under. But the second one, him opening a clear shot, directly lands at DA2, sort of freezing him solid as he starts to sort of crack and slumps over on the ground with a sort of shattering noise, sort of just laying there. I believe it is now. That man's dead. You can't do anything. It's Ambrose's turn. Ambrose, you and Humorous is just to your at your left shoulder, basically, and in between you two, in front of you, sort of split between the difference, is this man and male who has missed an attack on you.
I am going to do Fury of Blows again.
Mm-hmm.
And on my last unarmed attack, I am going to try to knock him prone.
Alright.
And that
And-
is a dexterity check, and he has to pass a 13.
Is it exclamation point I and then the name of the creature that the check?
I think it's I space MC space the name of the creature space the name.
And then what you said it's Dex?
Yep.
Is it just exclamation point MC?
Maybe. Or it might be MC, I'm not sure.
Robert.
That's
You might have to
Roger.
put its real name. Try doing it in your DM
Oh,
with Avery.
oh yeah,
Frogger,
yeah, sure.
where?
I was making. Never mind.
If you know its name,
There's a
you can
Medusa?
you can do that command in your instead of
Mhm.
DA4.
Yeah. Huh. It doesn't want to do a dexterity check. Let's. Sorry.
Are you writing out its full name, not DA4?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just not bringing up the mat. It's not bringing up dexterity for it. Like even though I did dex and dexterity, bringing up not those checks.
Have you imported it? You might have to do it in a DM commands.
Yeah,
if you haven't imported it to your DM with Avery. I don't think it
Oh.
works like that, but it might be the case.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, oh. Yeah, it's not giving me dex as an option.
Hmm.
I'll just do it. What is it? What's he have to make?
13.
13. Let me check his
Or be
modifier.
knocked prone.
He fails. And so
I should have done that first so I had advantage on all my other attacks. Idiot.
And so he he starts to catch your blows basically in his hands after getting punched by Hugh. He catches your first one in his hands and then catches the second one. And then as you pull your fist out for the third, he sort of preemptively shoves his hand. But with that, he's on sort of unstable footing, and you sort of kick your leg out. And with the full weight of himself towards you, you knock him to the ground in front of you.
Nice.
It's now his turn. He's gonna get up. Oh, is it not? Is it?
I did it.
Huh. All right. He's no longer prone. That's a minor action, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, for his action, he is going to. He's going to attack Hugh with his greatsword. Sort of swing it around as he gets up. Use the momentum and sort of swing his sword at Humorous. And with a cleave, Hugh, you feel the impact as his sword sort of wedges itself into you.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls it out and just looks you in the eyes. It's now DA1's turn, who he is going to attempt to stab Mo, having tried to been stabbed before.
Damn.
And as fumbling, the cold still sort of radiates there, sort of fumbles for his dagger, and he accidentally drops it as he goes for the attack. The metal still somewhat cold, even though the attack missed him. That's now Brock.
All right. I'm going to let's see. So I'm in the doorway. Can I? I probably couldn't, but could I make it to where like Ambrose is?
Yeah, they're about 25 feet away. Yeah, you can just make
Okay.
it there.
All right, so
Him and Humorous are sort of way though, so like getting past might be a bit of a difficulty depending.
okay.
Your trident, I believe, is still stuck in him.
Yeah. So I will run up, kind of behind Ambrose and Hugh, and withdraw my trident. And
Alright, so for your minor action,
yeah.
sort of take your trident out of him.
mhm.
It flops from out of his gut, and in your hand, the tips it's covered in like black goo.
All right. So, and with the like force of it going back into my hand, I'm gonna lunge it forward at could I hit DA1 from here, or at least try to?
Yes. As you sort of retract it, kind of shoulder, and sort of wham it all the way across. And with that, you sort of from behind, the robed figure gets hit with the trident, landing him square in the back, and he sort of trying to search for his knife. It sort of crumples him over a bit, and he turns around. He turns around, looking to see. He's trying to like grab what's in his back, but it's at the part where you can't reach. You know, it's like the furthest extent of your arm.
Yeah.
So he can't get it out. He's trying to fumble to get it out, but he can't reach that part. Like, you know, like the part where it's like the one place in your back you can't get, like if you had a kick me sign.
The reason a back like scratcher exists. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what he's attempting. And so now it's Jim Tim's turn. So Jim Tim is going to I believe it's he's failed the deception check. You all know how scary he is. Thus ends Jim Tim's turn. Bug on. Oh, you still have Bardic Inspiration, just so you know. Zach.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like Brock still has the inspiration if he. Which on his turn, Bug is going. He's gonna throw his dagger at DA4. Actually, no, there's no more room. So he's gonna move into the room, sort of over to the leftmost corner. And he is going to give inspiration to Mo. So Mo, on any like attack roll or check that you want, you can add a d6 die.
Awesome.
Just
Is that a one-time thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is Bardic Inspiration, as he sort of plays in the corner. It's Mo's turn.
All right. So on that map, there's like that really tiny, thin pathway like behind the dead DA1 2. Am I able to walk through that?
That's not supposed to be a tiny thin pathway.
Okay.
That's just from the that's a bridge. That
So-
is-
Oh yeah.
yeah. Here, let me. There you go.
So then
DA DA was it DA1 is still there though. Like you'd have to walk past him, which would attack on.
oh, I thought DA1 looked like he was dead. That cross out on him.
No, he is injured.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna attack DA1.
Alright.
And then yeah. Then can I do my? How do I do my?
Yeah.
D6?
Okay,
It's
so
only on to hit. I don't think it's on damage, is it?
Okay.
I don't believe so. No, I don't think standard Bardic Inspiration counts on that hit.
Alright, sounds good. So then I'll end my turn with that.
Alright. Alright. So with that, you sort of poor guy is a nice trident bind, and it's Hugh's turn.
After the hit lands into like, did it hit his arm or chest? Did the great sword hit?
He swung sideways and hit like the top of your shoulder
Okay.
and sort of crunched your shoulder down. So it's not really it hurt a lot, but it's not really a cosmetic type of injury.
Okay. He's gonna
Just in the way.
kind of like bob and weave as he goes up to like clock him in the face again.
Alright. So this time he's ready, and much in the. Wait, is he still prone? No, he's not still prone. Okay. So much in the same way as catches your fist, sort of learning, and just looks at you and just wag and like gives you like a playful little wag of the great sword. So now Drogo's turn.
Sweet. Alright, I'm right on DA1, so I'm just gonna use a poison spray on him.
What?
Aww.
He sort of just he looks at you. Goes, no.
Hit one of these times, bud.
Nope.
Nope.
Like he's a knife in his front, in his gut. He's got a trident in his back, but then he turns up from all of that. Like you still can't see his face underneath the hood, but you just hear no. The poison just sort of like trickles down. He's gonna remember that. It's Ambrose's turn.
Ambrose is going to take his quarterstaff, and hold it at one end like a baseball bat, and come and crack down on Big Cultist's head.
Alright.
Just like a wham.
With his other hand, one hand holding Humorous with sort of a speed that you can't imagine. He goes from holding Humorous's hand to deflecting your staff with his arm, sort of batting it out of the air as it's coming down upon him. And with that, it's his turn. And so he is going to try to land a blow on Humorous now. So not Humorous. Sorry. Oh, I almost just pasted a unknown PNG. I don't even. What? That's my paste right now.
Brown square.
Cursed.
I don't know what that is.
Gray square.
Why is that my paste? So, with one slash, once again trying to hit Ambrose. Who do you want? Did you reset your AC? Oh wait, no, sorry. It's oh yeah. So, he tries to bring it down on you once again, but he just misses your foot by about an inch. Once again, embedding itself into the like sewer sort of floor and just creating another gash about the size of your arm. And he looks up at you, enraged. It's DA1's turn, and seeing that that Drogas has flipped him off, he is going to pick up his knife as his minor action, and as his major action, he's going to lunge at you with his knife. And he will be getting advantage. Made him very mad.
Oh.
And with that, he sort of he lunges at you with his dagger and just embeds it in your gut, much like the dagger currently embedded in his gut, which slides out into Mo's hand as he sort of goes like around him. And the necrotic pain sort of fills you up, sort of starting at your stomach with a blade impacted and making its way up and down your body, making you feel somewhat cold. And it is Brock's turn.
Alright, I am going to get the trident out of the poor man's back. But then I'm going to attack the DA4 with my war pick.
Wait, added effect has to Ambrose? What?
Oh, I didn't do it.
What? Has?
I didn't put quotes around it.
Has? Don't delete that. No, it's okay.
What's have to do that?
Added effect has.
It lasts for 10
So-
minutes, correct?
It does, yes.
Okay, so
Has.
you won't have to worry about it until we somehow get to round 60, which I don't
Yeah.
think will
Yeah.
happen.
So what are you doing right now,
So,
Brock? I'm sorry, you
I,
pulled the trident out.
Yeah, I pulled the trident out and I put that on my back and put up my war pick, and I'm going up to DA4 to hit him with my war pick.
With Ambrose dodging, there's just enough of an opening for you to get in there.
Okay, good, okay.
And with a sort of crunch, as he's so confidently just sort of deflecting blows and dishing them out, as he sort of picks his sword up and out of the embedded stone, your war pick comes down straight on his right arm, just sort of like crunching his shoulder down, sort of keep putting him a little off balance as he sort of as he turns to you, who've just walked up to him.
As a reaction, Hugh's gonna turn to face Brock and
Oh,
say,
yeah.
I thought you said we were supposed to punch these guys!
Apparently not this one.
Oh, totally noted!
So, Jim Tim, looking in, seeing how the battle's going, he is going to walk into the room very slowly, and he's going to sit next to Bug, and he is going to attempt to sing.
It's a nat 20.
So, Jim Tim begins to sing this sort of angelic choir. And the mingling of the lute and the and Bug's lute sort of make the room almost ring. It's Bug's turn. He is going to use his turn to cast. He's going to use his turn to cast Enhance Ability on Humorous.
Okay,
One
Joe.
moment. Actually, no, I'm sorry. He cannot do that. He is going to cast Hideous Laughter on DA1. Okay, nothing happens. He sort of looks at him and goes, "Man, it smells like a sewer in here!" And the guy sort of goes, "Huh!" Doesn't really laugh. That's now Mo's turn.
Mo is going to do this.
Yeah.
No, I control pasted the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
He's done.
Sick!
And so, what do you do to this poor man? This with a killing blow, what happened?
Stab him in the knees.
Alright, stab him in the knees. So, with one sort of fleeting movement, you sort of bring your dagger across his knees, sort of cutting him down as he's sort of been as he's plunged his dagger into Drogo's. You slice him down, killing him, and he sort of lets out as he dies. It's Hugh's turn.
Like, in his fighting stance, realizing that, like, beating on this guy isn't working, but, like, the war pick going through him well, he's gonna reach down to his rapier on his side, and as he unsheaths it, he's gonna, like, swipe up towards his face with it.
Mm-hmm.
You cut open his chest.
I'm trying!
No, like actually cut open his chest.
Like, as he, like, pulls the rapier out, he's, like, in a rage, just gonna start, like, in between his legs, and just cut straight up through him.
You sort of, you opening this guy's armor, as you place your sword and sort of go up it with that attack, you start to open him, the armor sort of showing underneath it this sort of black burnt flesh, which sort of gives way as blood starts pouring from. He looks at you and goes, sort of just like realizing his own mortality. He looks you in the eyes, Hugh, in the last second before they go dim. And I believe that ends that ends combat. Let me make sure I got this right. So, me. Let's I'll get XP going. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Brock, Ambrose, Humorous, you all get 115. Actually, Ambrose killed one other guy, so Ambrose, you get 215. Let's see. Drogo's killed one. Drogo's, you get 100.
Boom.
Mo, you get 100.
Sick.
Bug gets 5. There too. And I think that's everyone. Yeah, Browser gets 10. I'll just add that to a sheet. Yeah, that's
wait,
in
wait a
combat.
second. How much do you say I get?
Huh? You get 100.
Wow, okay, cool.
And with that, the combat is over. And everyone sort of looks around. Jim Tim got 4,000 XP. By the way,
He got enough to hit level 20.
Jim Tim, looking around, he stopped sobbing. Boys have become men. Why?
Ambrose is going to. Hugh, could I borrow that axe for a moment?
What for?
There's some things I need to do.
I ain't handing you something unless you tell me what exactly you're gonna use it for.
Fine then. And Ambrose is gonna pull out his broken sword and try to cut open DA4's chest cavity.
Well,
Yeah,
see, that's exactly why I didn't give it to you.
Yeah. How about you just roll a d20 for me? Let's see how well this goes. He's already pretty cut into, and you sort of just start to carve him up.
Ambrose is going to get on his knees
Mm-hmm.
and begin to
Oh.
pray to Boracisi,
Oh. All right.
and then take out his golden heart
Mm-hmm.
and try to like reach in to the cultist's chest, take out his heart, and replace it with the golden heart.
Okay. 1 sec. Let me. Make sure I. Sorry, okay. So wanted to just take out his heart and.
Yeah.
All right. Just let me just write something down first.
I wanted to pray before I did it.
You want to do a religion check for me then? All right. So as you pull the heart out, what sort of hot radiance sort of come over you as that power sort of seeps through you, and with one hand holding the heart, with the other, like as after you pray, you take out the man's heart, which is black and cold like the others, almost like a lump of coal, and as you pick up.
Oh,
As you sort of as you pull the heart out, nothing really starts to happen, and the heart continues to sort of glow. And then you want to put the heart within him.
Actually, I think I changed my mind. I'm going to punch him in the face with the heart.
All right. Which one?
DA4
Yeah, and you're punching with the golden heart with the.
with the golden heart.
Okay, so as you, what are you gonna do with the guy's heart? Just chuck it.
I'm gonna like keep it in my hand and
Alright.
palm down, smack him on the nose with it.
All right. So, as can you, yeah, can you roll a d20 for me? Yeah, that's fine. So as you sort of raise your hand with the heart in it, to like up in the air right before the punch, your whole hand almost sets up with this sort of fiery glow, and as you smash down on this guy, how you want to do? How much does an attack do? Your fist. A D what?
1d4 plus 4 plus 6 to hit.
Alright, can you, like, roll... Alright. So, as well as that, like, as you slam the heart into him, the fire almost transfers from your fist, though it continues to burn bright, into him, and sort of starts to set him ablaze with the punch. Sort of catching the area that you contact on fire.
I have the power! And I'm gonna raise the heart in triumph, covered in black goo.
Would you look at that? You can make fire.
And so,
He is gonna like be like wiping off the goop from his rapier as he's watching Ambrose hold up the heart, and he's just gonna turn to Brock. Next time, let me know which ones need to be punched and which ones need to be stabbed. It's getting really confusing.
Well, I mean, when you punched the big guy, it didn't really seem to do much. But when Ambrose seems to punch the actual like cultists in the robes, it seems like that's pretty effective. So I guess keep that in mind.
Okay, big guy stab, little guy punch. Got it.
what an eloquent way to put it.
Magic works too on small guys. Zerus yells.
I don't have that.
Good
Oh,
point.
by the way, Ambrose, the area that you punch. So, Ambrose, as you the fire that spreads over the guy, also it cleans like his upper half from blood as well as you. It's a cleansing sort of fire. It burns off all the disgusting substances.
Or as CC grants me, purity in this disgusting sewer.
Yeah, kid. Come on, we gotta
Lay
go.
down before Borasisi, I have showed his power to be mighty.
Shut up, Craft.
Hugh is just gonna walk over to the other side of the bridge and check on Balazar.
Brock is gonna look down at the big like knight guy and check his pockets.
All right. So it's a little bit easier because Ambrose has cleaned most of it. And so checking him, in his right pocket, he has a scribbled order that he's written down, which states it's 3 steps, 3-step plan, and it says the plan at the top, and it says step 1, get in the sewer. Step 2, go to the entrance to Snake Lady's house. Step 3, murder Snake Lady. And then at the bottom, he's drawn like a little picture of him with thumbs up.
Huh. Well, it looks like they were maybe trying to kill the princess, and I'll yell that out into the chamber that we're in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is like an echo. Princess. Can you do a medicine check on Balsar for me, Hugh?
Alright.
He seems to be alright. It seems like he's just going...
Come on, get up. And he's gonna
it seems
sling him
like
over his shoulders.
He's gone into shock. Jim Tim looks at you and goes, "Oh yeah, I can send some of the guard, like the princess's bodyguards, to come pick him up if you want to leave him there."
No,
And
Go ahead,
Bug raises his head from his loot and goes, "Yeah, I can stay with him if you want. Like, you guys can go on ahead."
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's all good. I'll make sure he's all right. Plus, Jim Tim can go get help.
All right, sounds good.
I'm vibing in the sewer. Just watch out for that grumble bus. He points to Ambrose. Dude's like a matchbox now.
I think he's the least of our worries right now.
Fair enough.
They can do a cool fire thing too.
Cool. And so, with that, how about we take a break?
All right.
All right.
Joe, how long do you think you're gonna need?
5 minutes.
That's cool. Okay, so let's take like a 15-minute break. I have Chinese.
I just had
Alright.
Chinese food.
Yeah.
I just had Chinese food.
Yo, from where?
Can't remember the place.
Oh my.
Because of course, and I don't ask where it's from.
China.
I mean, the closest ones are Hong Kong Express and East Mountain.
It wasn't either of those. I know that.
Oh, was it? Was it
It was
Greenleaf?
in York, I think.
Yeah, Greenleafs.
Yeah, there.
Greenleafs. Yeah, Greenleafs is okay. They have good egg rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is East Mountain. I think I got curry chicken, or I think. I'll be right back.